Hello and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. It's Friday and it's the 25th of April, which means here in Australia it's Anzac Day. And for people overseas who don't know what Anzac Day is, we're remembering our soldiers from the World Wars and all the wars that they've fought in. It's Anzac actually stands for Australian and New Zealand. I think it's Army Corps is the whole name. But we buy badges and it's all to raise money to help care for our returned soldiers. So it's a public holiday today. It's actually been a very short week because we've had Easter last week and Anzac today. So yeah, happy Anzac Day to everyone as well. But being Friday, it's about books. And this week, it's sort of been it hasn't been a good week for audiobooks on BorrowBooks. I've tried 3 different ones. And as I said, I'm of the opinion life's too short to read or listen to books you're not interested in. And even the third one, The Night You Left was the name of the book. I forwarded through a lot of it. So it hasn't been a really good week for audiobooks. But what I have done, as you can see by the name of the video, I went and listened to an author give a talk at one of our local libraries here in Melbourne. The author was Jane Caro. Now, Jane Caro, she's a social commentator. She's a very big, she really fights for public education and such, but this is her, I think her 2nd or 3rd book. She started writing mystery novels. And she came and gave a talk about how she got into writing and all this. I go to quite a few of these because it's very interesting to see how the writers go about their writing, because a lot of them, it's all different for everyone. And it was a good crowd. It was a very good crowd. Every seat was taken, and she was a very entertaining speaker. She's very used to speaking in public. She's been on television and she writes for papers as well. But it was good of her to come to a local library to talk about books. And this is her latest one. I actually bought it. Lyrebird. See? Jane Caro. Now, for people who don't know about lyrebirds, lyrebirds are an Australian bird. They can mimic any sound. Lyrebirds. You could be out in the bush, and if there's a lyrebird there, they might start meowing like a cat, sort of thing. No, they can mimic anything. And she was talking about The Mother. The Mother is the first book she wrote. This is the second one. And it says here, 20 years ago, ornithology student Jessica Weston panics when she hears a woman screaming for her life in the remote Barrington Tops. Her relief when she discovers that it is a lyrebird making the sounds is profound. Because they're mimics. So yes, and the queue after she'd spoken, because they said, oh, she'll be here to, it was a bookshop that was selling them, and Jane sat there and she signed copies. I bought this one a few days afterwards, so she didn't sign. Oh no, she has, look, there she has. That's one of the ones she signed. But I actually bought it at the bookshop, not at the library. But there was a big long queue of people to buy the book. So yeah, there's that one. And then I also found, now that's one I've bought, this is one I've borrowed. and I actually read it. I've read 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I've read 7 chapters. The Paris Apartment. And this looks a very interesting one. In a beautiful old apartment block deep in the back streets of Paris, secrets are stirring behind every resident's door. The lonely wife, the party animal, the curtain twitcher, the secret lover, the watchful caretaker, the unwanted guest. There was a murder here last night. Who holds the key to the mystery of apartment 3? So, look, 2 books. Says me who never reads books. And I'm hoping I actually do read these books. I sometimes just seem to have a mental block. I don't read anymore. You know, I listen to audiobooks. But these 2, I actually, come this Sunday, I'm starting house sitting jobs again. And I've got quite a lot booked. So this might be the last video I do here for a while, but we'll see. So I'm going to take these 2 books with me, and as I said, hopefully I finish reading them, because I also have the Overstory. Now that was a book. I've still got it. I read a couple of chapters. I loved it. But then I just didn't keep reading it. Are any of you finding that? You just don't read like you used to. As I said, I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I'm listening to one now. It's the Agatha Raisin series, but it's slim pickings on BorrowBox at the moment, which I'm not grumbling, because as I said, it's a free service, so I'm not grumbling. But these, I hope I read them. I said I will take them with me, and I think I might take the Overstory as well. I think I've spoken about that one. It's all about trees. And like, I read a couple of chapters and it was wonderful. So why haven't I kept reading it? Because I don't tend to read. As I said, even with the audiobooks, the most of the time I read audiobooks is when I'm on public transport or I'm walking. That's the time, that's when I listen to them. And another thing I did this week was I voted, because we have a federal election coming up. And I voted this week, and there were very long queues. It was early voting because I'm starting house sitting. I'm not going to be in my local area when the election actually is, so that is a valid reason to vote early. Oh, the queues. But I'm standing there with because I've got my hearing aids in, listening to an audiobook. Much easier than getting my glasses out and carrying and reading a book. So I have to make the effort, don't I, to read these books. I've got nothing against books. As I said, I just don't seem to sit down and read anymore. But I'm going to make time. I'm going to make time to at least finish these 2. So let me know if now Lucy Foley, I think she's, because Jane Caro of course is Australian. Lucy Foley, I think she's English. Let me know if any of you have read this book. It came out in 2022. So yeah, I was actually at work and it was quiet, and there's a book exchange there, and I picked it up just to fill in some time, because it was just, I'd done all my work and there was nothing to do, and you can do that. And yeah, I'll definitely read these 2, hopefully. So yeah, I will be seeing Donald the cat again soon, because I'm going back house sitting there, and then I've got 3 days somewhere else, and then I might have 3 months somewhere. Well, we'll see. It's all up in the air at the moment. But the next 6 weeks, I've definitely got in the one spot, and that is with Donald, that beautiful, beautiful soul that he is. So anyway, enjoy your weekend. I've got something different to talk about on Monday in relation to a film I saw recently. So enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.